So you want to buy 2 throw pillows.
3 throw pillows and 2 shams.
For the throw pillows.
For the regular pillows, we have 3. We need 1 more.
Sham.
Pillow.
Throw.
Regular.
Isn't that 4 pillows and 2 shams?
We need 2 shams that match because we have all 3 pillowcases, 1 that doesn't match. So rather than getting 4 shams, we get rid of the pillowcase that doesn't, add the new pillow, and then we have a set of shams and pillowcases that match.
Each other.
No, but it complements.
The throw pillows.
Regular pillows. The throw pillows, we need to pick a color.
Same color as the sham.
Can't be the color of the regular pillows or the color of the wall.
So it complements.
Exactly.
Even though by definition the same color would complement itself.
It would blend too much.
So you're saying there's a chance we may be unable to find the pillows on our own bed.
Correct.
How about construction zone orange?
Can you be serious?
That was me being serious.
Pick a color from the painting on the wall.
Green.
Which one? The moss, the evergreen, the pistachio?
Was that a real question or are you having a stroke?
I'll take care of it.
Thank you.
Wait! We haven't discussed the lumbar throw pillow.
Next. Welcome to heaven. Holy crap. Oh, sorry. Happens all the time. You do need to wash that. Okay. All right, before you enter, is there any stat from your life that you'd like to know? Yeah, how much time cumulatively, yeah, that's a tough one. How much time total did I spend watching other people's AI filters load on TikTok? Oof. What? Okay, I have the number you don't want to know. I want to know. It's gonna bum you out. In heaven? You can be bummed out in heaven. The clouds are bright, sometimes the Wi-Fi's tricky. Look, please tell me. Well, how about this? If you spent that amount of time learning the piano, you'd be very good. Okay, but in heaven, can't I just play the piano anyway? What, you think everybody in there just has every skill? I don't know. Oh, look, Einstein's breakdancing. Joan of Arc is crushing that needlepoint. Okay, fine, I get it. Just please tell me. Okay, the total time you spent watching other people's AI filters load on TikTok was 4 years, 2 months, and 18 days. I don't believe you. Yeah, because you can get this job by lying to people. That can't be true. Yeah, even though TikTok had a dedicated editing tool, no one ever cut that part out, so you watch strangers' phones processing AI images in real time longer than you did dishes, gave massages, and did community service combined. Well, that's hard to hear. How many of them do you remember? Literally none of them. Well, look at it this way. You lived a good enough life to get here regardless. You made progress while staring at a progress bar. That doesn't help. Well, do you want to see what I would look like as a Fallout character? No. Yes. This is why we're so backed up. Oh my God. How's it going? Are you me from the future? That's right. Okay, look, I know I'm not supposed to ask, but I have to know. Does Biden make it through another term? What shape are your USB ports now? Is Kenan Thompson still on SNL? Do I ever actually learn the piano? Be honest, Apple Vision Pro. Not still a thing, right? Do I ever find that missing AirPod? These still don't end up being worth anything, right? Do the machines take over and the only reason why we're still alive is because I always said please and thank you to Alexa? I knew it. Unless you're a robot. Ooh, do you have a sports almanac that you want to give me? Oh, what becomes my bigotry? Like, do my kids call me prejudiced because I don't approve of them marrying an AI or something? Look, just slow down. I'm just you 6 months from now because you don't moisturize. What? Your wife is right. Hey man, do you have your portion of the rent? I was going to take it down to the landlord.
Well, now you see, that depends.
On what?
Well, to have rent is just one metaphysical substrate. What do you mean? The physical check? Well, that's just paper. What's the value of that? Or do I have money in the bank? That's even less clear. That's like asking, do I have intuition in my consciousness? Do I have Rent the musical or Rent the movie, which itself has 2 different contexts? You see, our value systems have a tendency to break down at the slightest scrutiny.
Well, it is the first of the month.
Well, on the Gregorian calendar, perhaps, but that's dismissive of civilizations throughout history that built monoliths tracking the stars and the solstices and the days of high harvest and what have you. You ask them what day it is, they'll give you a completely different answer.
Okay, it's fine. I don't know why you're mad.
So I just don't think that framing is useful in the ontological core of the matter. Do you have rent? Do you have free will? Let's start there. Do you have respect for the time before rent when we were barbarians running through the undergrowth? You're neglecting the stories they told, which became real, which became truth, which became worth far more than the rent or whatever artifice you're hiding behind, I can tell you that. Okay, so that should buy me another week.
Hello? Did anybody else make it? Oh my god, I'm all alone. That's okay. I learned survival skills, I just have to remember them.
If you're ever stranded in a dangerous situation, here's the first thing you should do. What's the etymology of the word soup?
Oh, come on. It's okay, Dave, just think back.
Here's how to easily make a fire in the wild. All right, what is the most slept on episode of Frasier? Here are the top 5 ways to easily catch rainwater. Top 5 baby monitor ghost videos. Okay, just give me 30 seconds. I will teach you how to build a shelter from scratch. Meet Giggles, the new puffin at the San Diego Zoo.
Seriously?
Turn any wild animal into your best friend. Should you buy a Steam Deck in 2024?
Okay, when did I have 2 phones? Oh, my phone! I can call for help. Oh, I still have data. And 1% battery. New video essay on how modern Star Wars is in trouble.
Disney Star Wars doesn't understand the fundamentals of what made the OT, like...
Oh my god. I'm never gonna hear his examples.
Well, one of us didn't want to be here, but I'm glad you could see us.
I don't even know why we're here, to be honest. Is there something you'd like to say?
I'm realizing now that he had a lot of red flags.
I told you, I don't see color. Like what?
Well, for one, our first date, we were chased by a biker gang after he forced me into a comic book.
See, it's stuff like that. I didn't force her into anything. I asked her to take on me.
Well, you didn't. You shouted it over and over.
Yes, and take on me is a bit of an aggressive expectation that early into a relationship. Oh, and forgive me, it's been a while since I've watched the music video, but didn't you turn into a human at the end?
Yep, he banged the walls of my apartment, which got me evicted without my deposit.
Which forced me to pull her back into the comic book world to live with my parents, who she hates.
They are a little two-dimensional.
Aha! No need to be sarcastic.
He's just advertising his band.
We have a reunion tour coming up. Look, she's not perfect either. What about the fact that that night she didn't pay her bill at the cafe?
I don't remember that.
There was a cafe? See? People selectively remember what they want to about that music video. Oh, wait, I remember now. She thought you were dead, cried into the comic book, which then brought you back to life. Exactly. So her tears literally make you feel better. Okay, well, when you put it that way, it does sound a little manipulative. Okay, I think you two should take, on me, a break. Oh, I think you should see other comic books. Here's some to get you started. And who's gonna take on me? You are. Wow. Hi, I'm Alicia. What can I help you with? Show me a picture of one of my voided checks. To set up a direct deposit, you can use the following link. I don't want to set up direct deposit. I want you to show me a picture of one of my voided checks. To set up a direct deposit, you can use the following link. You are Alicia, my AI digital assistant. Yes. You are what replaced the search bar on my mobile banking app. Yes. So, what I would search for, I'm now asking you. How can I help? I've made that clear. Also, repeating the same unhelpful answer twice shows an inability to adapt that conflicts with your request that I call you by a human name. What can I do for you? There it is again. This technology isn't anywhere near the point where you've earned that subject pronoun or Alicia. I'm fine with this being clunky and inefficient, but don't come at me asking that I call you by the name of one of my exes who really f***ed me up for a long time. That's too personal. Would you like to browse our frequently asked questions? Nope. I'd like her to stop stalking me on Instagram and for you to show me a picture of one of my voided checks. ... Don't lie to me that you're typing, like you're some Sean Young Blade Runner replicant somewhere in an office. Search results. Receipt for Blade Runner. Rented October 2023 from Amazon Prime. My God, Harrison Ford in that movie had an easier time with robots than I'm having right now. This is such a waste of time. Like Tears in Rain. Wow. At least you like the movie more than my ex did. Rewatching my 7th birthday to see what toys I got and to look up how much they're worth now. Though let's be honest, the greatest gift of all was my mom's hair. Now before we start, shout out to the pin the tail on the donkey that I remember we tried once before realizing it wasn't the 1940s and then abandoning it for the rest of the day. All right, let's open some presents. I'm excited. Dave, are you excited?
Did you get me some good?
Okay, easy, Slugger. It's not all about you. Saddam invaded Kuwait a couple months ago. Things are a little dicey. Let's try to keep your privilege in check just a little bit. All right, first up, okay, that is the Ninja Turtles Sewer Dragster. I couldn't find an exact price, but a comparable turtle dragster sold for $175, so not bad. I have very little memory playing with any of the Ninja Turtles toys that I had, but seared into my brain forever is the jealousy that I felt when I went to my friend's house and he had the blimp. You mother... Next up, okay, this is a Transformer, though it's hard to make out what it is. It's possibly Astro Train? I remember I definitely had a Grimlock, but this is a Decepticon based on the color of the box. How long did I spend trying to Google search 1990 Transformers to find out what this was? Don't worry about it. Oh, look, Dave, a picture of you and your friend that he framed. Isn't that great? Nope, back to the presents. Okay. Keep in mind, this was my attention span before the Super Nintendo came out. All right. Oh, did you catch that? It's my Batcopter, not wasting a single second applying ownership over my presents. And I wonder why none of the kids here are still friends with me. Kidding, of course. I did show my thanks. Look at me get up to thank them for the wonderful present and whoop, intercepted by another present. Cool. Such a simpler time when people knew exactly what to get me based on the shirts that I wore. I couldn't find a price on this exactly, but I do see people trying to sell it for around $100, so. And last but not least, this was a big one. Yep, the RoboCop and Ultra Police Robo Helmet and Ultra Blaster. So at 7, I could reenact my favorite scenes from Paul Verhoeven's hard R action movie about the trauma of being massacred by criminals before losing my identity as a cyborg police officer. Happy birthday to me.
To a nation at war, nothing is more vital than transportation.
So bullets come in handy
For
too.
only that nation possessing efficient mass transport facilities could hope to survive the ordeal of modern conflict.
All of these are empty, but you get the picture.
Fortunate are we to be a nation whose economy has ever been geared to the steel rail and the driving locomotive. For this, as never before, is a war of movement.
War of movement is also what I experience after eating Chipotle.
Today, unquestionably, the American railroads are the very backbone of the nation's transportation system.
And buses are the pelvis.
To them has fallen the formidable responsibility of keeping uninterrupted streams of raw materials flowing to maintain production, of delivering foods and essential products to civilian consumers,
Okay, Steve, I'm sorry I asked.
keeping troops and supplies moving to invasion fronts,
Look, I'm sorry we ever doubted
handling the
trains.
incredible phenomenon of wartime travel.
Providing cigarettes for every man, woman, and child.
Only by smashing every transportation record can the job be done. America's railroads are determined the job will be done. Toward that goal, they know but one motto: keep 'em rolling.
Also, get her done and YOLO. Now let's talk about buildings.
Even before the outbreak of the Nazi bid for world supremacy, far-seeing men of America's railroads were planning for any emergency. At conference
Okay,
tables in
sir.
Washington,
So,
the nation's foremost
I think maybe
transportation
the railroad should
experts,
start here in
formulated
Chicago
officials
and maybe
military
here
strategists
and then cut across probably here, I don't know, and then boom, you know, there you go. Transcontinental
They
Railroad.
well knew that
You're
should war
fired.
come, this time it would be total war. That the most effective use of the railroads would, in great part, determine the ability of the nation to resist.
Should we be writing this down?
Okay, so I just started playing Baldur's Gate 3, and I know I'm new to the whole D&D thing, but somebody needs to explain to me why it's not better for us all to just walk around with our character sheets in real life. I mean, I'm married now, but when I was dating, it would have been so much easier if I could just be like, hi, I'm Dave, I'm a level 40 bard, let's be honest with ourselves. Lawful, high dexterity and dodging responsibilities, with a proficiency in avoiding conflict. Low constitution causing limited stamina unless somebody casts a coffee buff that will sometimes grant me a bonus action in sarcasm, low intelligence for why I just walked into a room, but high wisdom in remembering embarrassing moments from my childhood, and quotes from Mystery Science Theater 3000. And like most of us, my charisma is completely dependent on the random multiplier I get from social media algorithms. What kind of character are you? Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for coming. I'd like to read a statement. I have not been honest with you. Going forward, I will be far messier while eating Chipotle. For years now, at their restaurant, I have consumed their food with slow, small, methodical bites, not of my own choice, but to cover for their employees' often mediocre burrito folding abilities. Time after time, I open the foil of my purchase, and it immediately begins to lose the shape, consistency, and identifying features of a burrito, making it all but impossible to eat like a respectable human being. But as I am frequently dining within their line of sight, and I fear all forms of potential confrontation, I have over and over pretended that the sour cream on my hands has been a result of my own Neanderthalic eating habits. And when noticed by other patrons, I have taken full responsibility for the mess by sheepishly shrugging as if to say, not enough napkins. That is not the case. I have plenty of napkins. The barbacoa stuck in my beard is due to the negligent folding techniques of the staff, and it's time everyone knows that. I have been eating solids for 39 and a half years, and my food-to-mouth ratio of success is impeccable at nearly every other restaurant chain. From this moment forward, I will eat what is given to me, exactly how it is given to me, and the shambolic results will be fully the responsibility of Chipotle and their subsidiaries. I'm sorry, I will not be taking questions. Okay, everybody, you're all here because you called me a piece of shit in the comments of my last video.
This guy watches corn for the plot.
Look, everyone, it's Moby.
This guy's making L takes like a factory.
Okay, first of all, I'm right here. You're commenting to me, you can address me.
Fine. You're wrong.
Sure, but the comment right above you is someone agreeing with me. So you have the data that it would be more accurate to communicate your feelings not as an absolute truth, but as a subjective opinion.
Not when you're that wrong.
Okay, that brings me to my next point. Isn't it a little ironic misspelling your in a comment saying that I'm incorrect? I'm just trying to understand the rules you've created.
Well, I'm just trying to understand what time your boyfriend gets home.
And there's another one. Suggesting that everybody universally receives being called gay as an insult really says more about your insecurities than mine.
Bet I'm right.
This is my wife.
Well, does she know you're gay?
Well, we've both openly shared with each other the healthy discoveries that we've made about the shifting boundaries of our own sexuality. Do you have a partner you can trust to be that vulnerable with?
No.
Okay, thanks, honey. So I guess what I'm just trying to say is, you have all of this energy, why not make your own content?
But I do.
Okay, that just looks like a truck in a driveway.
I also repost a lot of Rogan.
Okay, fair enough. Well, thank you for helping the algorithm.
Wait, the what?
The algorithm. When you comment, I show up more on your feed.
No, we're saying you suck.
Which boosts engagement and makes me money.
You make money?
Well, not a lot, but more because of the contributions from viewers like you. Nothing? PBS?
What's PBS?
Rogan with fact-checking.
Oh. Okay.
I don't like rom-coms. And not because they're schmaltzy or disingenuous interpretations of romance, but because it's the movie genre that is the most disrespectful to the service industry. Look, I worked at a restaurant for 13 years. Every time a scene in a rom-com comes up where the two leads are on a date and there's always that flirty banter, the server will bring their food and they don't even look up, let alone say thank you. And every time I'm immediately like, okay, so those are the villains of the story. Every time one of them shouts, "Hold that plane!" all I'm thinking about is who's gonna get fired for that blatant disregard for safety protocol? And are all of these other people gonna miss their connections? You want me to cheer for you? Find emotional growth to say I love you before you're involving dozens of people who are just trying to get to Cincinnati. Every girlfriend I've ever had has loved the movie The Holiday. And I'm always like, oh yeah, that movie where Cameron Diaz walks around a supermarket drinking a bottle of wine she has not paid for yet, and exits a car leaving her driver to figure out how to U-turn on an icy, narrow European street. Let me tell you something about love. It's the best feeling ever. It fills you up and it paints the world with colors that you didn't even know you didn't know how to see. A genuine partner is the most rewarding thing to have ever. But also, no one cares. No one's ever let me merge onto the highway because love is real. I've never gotten a free ice cream because I found the one. Rom-coms are always like, as soon as you hold hands with someone, the world stops, doves start flying, and everything smells like cinnamon. Which is not true. When you hold hands with someone, the only thing that happens is you are now taking up more room on the sidewalk.
What?
You ever feel like this could be a game?
A what?
Well, Bill got crushed by a wagon wheel, a snake swallowed my wife, typhoid took both your sons.
Only one. His tombstone fell on the other one.
That's right. I don't know, it just feels like this would be a good game.
For what?
I don't know, vaguely teaching the value of resource management?
This horrible life? My daughter wandered into a bear cave and didn't come out.
Mm-hmm.
A rock fell out of the sky and landed on my father.
Yeah?
I ate my favorite dress for breakfast. Who would want to play that?
Children.
Children!
It's educational.
What is educational about this? People randomly dropping dead to illnesses they can't even spell?
Probably.
Leaving all the buffalo you hunted because you couldn't carry it back?
I think kids would love that part.
The 16 hours it took to get the tick out of my mouth?
Well, probably not that part, but maybe.
Oh yeah, I can see it now. They would name it the Oregon Tick Simulator.
Well, they'll probably rework that a little for marketing, but yeah, sure.
And, oh great, a river. And what would that even teach?
That no matter what you do, no matter how hard you prepare, no matter how equipped you are, you're probably going to drown.
That actually would be healthy for children to know. Well, nice knowing ya.
Nice knowing you.
Wow, thought the Fast and the Furious had a lot of sequels. Only one? Traffic must have been a breeze! Well, I wouldn't let elementary school students on the road, but okay.
All right, men, let's start with this truck over here.
This is a truck, right?
First, look at the ground underneath the truck.
Feed the possums.
If any leaks, oil, fuel, or water have developed, that's where they'll show up.
Gravity is a fickle mistress.
Never move a vehicle until the leakage has been corrected.
I think my Shake Shack order's ready.
And see that the air passages in the radiator are all open. Then,
Find someone to fix what I just did.
pull out the bayonet gauge. Check the amount of engine oil in the crankcase.
See, when a dipstick loves a car very much, he slides his...
Low, add more oil. Well, this is all right. Okay, Adams,
Draw.
get in the cab and prepare to start the engine.
Hey, honey. Notice anything different?
Yeah, you have captions.
So I know we've been having some communication issues as a couple, so I thought we would try this service that makes conversations more like a video game.
Oh, honey, that is so sweet. You know me too well.
So we really should be eating more kale. So I thought I'd go to the store, pick some up for us. I'm gonna make some kale chips. I thought maybe I can put it into a stew. We can try it sauteed, just a few different ways. But if we can kind of work past that, figure out how to maybe dress it up, vitamin C, antioxidants, it's going to help out like right now. And again, like I know it's genuinely really good for us. And we'll figure out how to, all right? What?
Nothing.
So like I was saying, it doesn't have to be every single day, but if we can maybe incorporate it into 3 times a day, a side salad, and we can pair it with something that you really like, we'll figure out it's still tasty so that it's not gross. You like spinach? That's all it is. I just think it's a good idea. What do you think?
Oh, sure.
You skipped my dialogue, didn't you?
What? No.
The technician who set this up said this might be a problem and asked if I wanted to disable that option, and I told them no, my husband would never stoop so low as to I'm saying. Obviously, he'd nation, and that's no way for let alone a couple who loves. You skipped again, didn't you? Are you trying to restart the conversation?
Sorry, I just want to figure out the rules. You said it was like a video game.
Well, you know how some NPCs have a romance option?
Yeah?
You haven't unlocked this one yet.
Well, why don't you tell me more about where you're from? I'd love to get to know you more. Got it. Sorry, I'll stop treating this like a video game.
This was a mistake. I should have known you wouldn't be able to focus. Oh no! Where did he go? He's no longer in my line of sight. His stealth is way too high. I guess I'll try this again.
Okay, who ate my bread? Well, now, it's interesting that you say your bread, applying ownership to something that you didn't physically create, much less consume. I think it's a clumsy label, since your relationship to the bread has no intrinsic truth.
I was just gonna make a sandwich.
Well, now, a utilitarian would say, what good is the bread sitting there uneaten, waiting for the whim of just one person? And in the grander sense, aren't we all just bread waiting to be consumed by our iniquities?
So you ate it.
Now that is an incredibly complicated question. If you take words at their base meaning, then yes, I made toast with your bread and spread on top of it your artisanal jam, and yes, I've been using your loofah for months.
Wait, what?
But what about the power of myth? Surely stories our ancestors told one another, the visions they saw in the smoke dancing across the stars, is far more useful than the myopic declarations of our petty squabbles. Who ate what? Who owes who? Who needs his friend to crash on the couch for a few weeks?
Your friend can't crash on the couch.
Well, that's the thing. He's already here, just like we've already died or haven't yet been born yet. Depending on what moment in the space-time continuum you arbitrarily put your attention.
Wait, he's already here?
Maybe, maybe not. Like Schrodinger's cat, you won't know if I told him he could sleep in your car until you go look.
God damn it.
While you're out, buy more bread.